The video you're about to watch is by Daman. I watched it several years ago, but it just popped up in my WhatsApp feed this morning, and it just struck me that the video I was about to produce regarding the difference between education and schooling will be best illustrated by reacting to this one. So I'll let you watch it. I think the message in the video is very self-explanatory, very clear, and a lot of people who have university or college education are guilty of what is portrayed here, of doing what is portrayed here, and so I hope that will pass a lesson. But then again, at the end of the video, I'm going to then talk in more detail about the difference between education and schooling, and why it's important for you to be sensitive to the fact that the formal schooling system, traditionally as it currently is designed, Western style education, supposedly obtained through formal schooling, does not prepare you for the real world for the most part. Many people struggle after they finish it, and the reason why that is the case, I will explain in more detail, but is to some extent touched on in this video. So I'll watch it, and then after it's done, I'm going to talk in more detail about education and schooling and why they are different.
It's incredible.
If you really like it, you can bid on it in our silent auction. Be right back with some champagne.
Okay.
It's an abstract.
Excuse me?
The painting. It's an abstract. It means things aren't always what they seem.
Oh, got it. Chris, by the way. Chris Crowell?
Hello, Chris Crowell. My name is Dr. Ramson.
Oh, doctor.
Indeed. Yes, I received my doctorate in accounting from Stanford.
Oh, Stanford.
So what about you? What university did you attend?
I didn't go to college, actually. I started work right away.
That's unfortunate. My thesis paper on corporate reporting accounting issues was published right after I graduated.
Wow.
Then I was hired by C Squared Financial. They pay me a lot of money because I'm a PhD.
Wow, congratulations.
Thanks. Now let me guess. You don't have a degree. So what do you work? Retail?
Actually, I'm...
Here we go, Mr. Crowell.
Thank you.
Would you like a glass, Mr.?
Dr. Ramson. And sure, I'll take one.
Wow, this is really good. What is this?
You gotta be kidding me. You don't know about Dom Perignon? It's only one of the most highly celebrated vintage champagne brands in the world.
Actually, I meant which...
But I forgot. You didn't go to college. So you couldn't possibly have the wealth or the education to even know what Dom Perignon is. Silly me. Watch it!
oh no, I didn't mean to do that.
You bumbling idiot! I can't believe this!
It's all right. I'm going to help you clean this up.
Look, I am so sorry.
These are Tom Ford. Do you know how much these cost? I'll spare you the details. $1,000. Who am I kidding? You're wearing sneakers. They probably don't cost more than $50.
Actually, these are...
You all okay now?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. It's just the bidding is closing soon. Did you want to put in an offer?
Don't even bother. I actually came to buy this painting. You can't outbid me.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Last chance.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Attention everyone, we have closed the bidding on our paintings and we will be announcing the winner shortly.
Why are you even trying to buy this painting?
Well, I like it because it applies to real life. It's as you said. Things aren't always what they seem.
What do you mean?
Well, you see, on the outside, this painting can look simple. Surface is covered in random shapes, messy lines, and a minefield of colors. But if you look deeper, between the lines, this painting is a brilliant piece of art and worth more than most people would ever imagine.
Okay. So what does that have to do with real life?
Similarly, on the outside, you thought just because I didn't go to college and I'm dressed just like this, that I'm not smart or successful. But reality isn't always what it seems.
Sir, bottle of champagne you ordered.
Thank you so much. When I was asking about the champagne earlier, I wasn't asking about the brand. Any fool knows that Dom Perignon is one of the most celebrated brands of vintage champagne in the whole world.
Okay. So what were you asking?
I was asking about which phase of vintage the bottle was from. This is a phase 3. The most expensive, but also my personal favorite. And this bottle has been aged over 20 years. So yes, I know what Dom Perignon is.
I see.
And when you said that my shoes weren't worth over $50, well,
Oh my gosh. Are those the new Jordan Dior sneakers?
yes, they are.
Wow. I can't believe you have those. Cool shoes, man.
Thank you. Yeah, see, these sneakers are worth $10,000.
Well, you probably spent everything you own buying those sneakers.
Attention everyone, we have the top bidder for our Composition X painting, and it is going to Mr. Chris Crowell. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you so much.
Wait. I don't believe this. How is it you can have so much money? You didn't even go to college.
Well, unlike you said earlier, I don't work retail. I'm actually the CEO of C Square Capital. Yeah, that's why I named it C Square, after Chris Crowell.
So you own the company?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
Sometimes life is a little abstract, and things aren't always what they seem. You have a great day. Dr. Ransom.
Let me just quickly offer a clarification. So for anybody listening to this, if you're someone that has been struggling with the message I've been preaching about university-based education and this formal schooling system, sorry, I just finished my morning exercise, so I'm a bit out of breath, so but bear with me, I'm in a hurry. Let me just do this and get out. I need to get out of the house. If you have been struggling with my message, maybe you've been, I don't know, I think people hear what they want to hear sometimes. And I also think sometimes people hear a little bit and they feel, I don't want to hear that, and they just cut off, they tune out. That's okay. I also tune out when I don't like what I'm hearing. But I have learned one lesson. Hardship, adversity, suffering has made me learn a very important lesson. In order to criticize something accurately, you have to first ensure that you understand it. If you do not understand something, you cannot criticize it effectively. So when somebody is presenting what is seemingly a different perspective or a point of view, before you raise up all your defenses psychologically, allow the person to land. Internally, restrain yourself. Let the person speak. Let the words enter into your subconscious. Process it. This can happen within microseconds, but your willingness to give it a chance will enable you to get the true message and avoid going off at a tangent, so you don't misinterpret the person. I say this because I have found myself repeatedly having to clarify to people, and some of them come at me very violently, verbally, not physically. They just come, you, what do you mean by the people should not go to school? I don't understand why it's so difficult for people to process it. Education is not the same thing as schooling. I continue to say this. Look at our society, you will see that some of the most successful people are people that did not go through the formal system to completion, if at all they went through it. Many of the people who today are academically inclined have parents that were complete academic illiterates. Yet those parents were the ones that financed their schooling. Now today, you that you went to school, you find yourself struggling to pay school fees, but you have better so-called education than the person who did not have as much education as you, who sent you to school. In other words, what I'm saying is, going to school does not teach you how to make money. And ultimately, what you'll be judged by in society when you finish your schooling will be your ability to make money to cover your needs and take care of yourself and your family and your responsibilities. Since they are going to use money to assess you, to evaluate you, to judge you, no matter how many accomplishments you have academically and otherwise, since money will ultimately be the common denominator for all of us, why doesn't our schooling system simply teach all of us how to make money from the get-go? That is why I said the school system needs overhaul, because you find that the younger people have discovered that the school system is a scam. That is why they are very, very indifferent towards the schooling system and are willing to cut corners just to get a piece of paper, because they know that's not what matters. They know what matters is finding a way to make money, that once they get money, they get acceptance. Isn't it the truth? In a family, you find that the eldest child solidly becomes the one that the people kick to one side whenever there's decision to be made, because the youngest child is the one that's actually having the financial muscle. He has made it or she has made it. And as a result, even the parents differ to the youngest child, because the youngest child is the one that brings in the box. The older child or the oldest child, even though he's older or the oldest, gets taken and looked and laughed at because what's he saying? But if you talk now, let him put money down, I can't put money down. Ultimately, you'll be judged on your ability to put down money to provide for yourself and for others. Why does our school system not deal with that? That is the primary measure of performance that any system of education should be judged upon. This is why skills-based education is gaining more and more acceptance. The problem is we're trying to fight it in this part of the world. Why? Because too many people are too lazy to do the work that's required to get a child through skills-based education. It's not like the one academic one, you go and pay some money and somebody starts reading books. Now, I want you to know, listening to me, whoever you are, that disagreeing with me does not disprove the points I've just made. Holding a different opinion from me does not disprove the point I've just made. I know people who did not have any tertiary level of education, did not go near a university, and they became quite successful in their areas of chosen endeavor professionally. I know more than at least 10 that I can count on my fingers. People that I interact with on a deep level, and these are people that did not have any university level of education at all. Yet you find some people who are products of such an experience, who should be looking at their experience and using it to guide themselves on what they should do for their child. Let me give my child what I have. I did not have university education, and I got this far. Let me see how I can guide my child to be this successful too, and then let's see what kind of tertiary education may even complement what he wants to do. But rather than just pushing through that because people are telling me he needs it, because I didn't need it to make it. So why should I follow what others are saying when I know from my personal achievement and experience that system that I went through works? So we have that situation in which we have all these people who have gone through to achieve success in life at high levels. They didn't have university education, but some of them are the ones attacking me and telling me the university education I have is the reason why I am. Then I ask the question. It's a very simple question. I graduated from the university with so many other people. Some of them are my friends on Facebook. Are we all on the same level? No. Albert Einstein went to university with so many other people. How many of Einstein's classmates are today remembered for any works they did? Wole Soyinka went to school with so many people. He got a third class, I understand. How many of his classmates today do we know compared to Wole Soyinka? I could go on, and I know you don't understand what I'm saying. Despite the fact that the geniuses we know today, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, had classmates, they all got the same level of education. They all graduated at the same time. Probably some even graduated ahead of them. Yet, when you look at accomplishments in life, some people, in fact, most of the classmates of these people are nowhere to be found. So it has nothing to do with the classroom education you got. It has everything to do with the effort you make to make use of the so-called education you got. Education is a process by which you learn how to solve problems to achieve your goal in life in a manner that enables you to succeed in taking care of yourself as an individual in society, financially and otherwise. Succeed in your relationship with people, but most importantly, succeed in your ability to finance your existence. If you do not have money, it doesn't matter what kind of success you have in society, you will struggle, you will go through pain, you go through inconvenience, humiliation, and all kinds of negative things. Having money gives you peace of mind. It doesn't matter whether you are Mr. Humble. If you don't have money, there's inconvenience, there's pain, there's sadness, because money is important for survival. Therefore, your education, whether you went through a school or not, must include how to make money enough to meet your needs. Any education that is provided by any schooling system that does not make that possible for the learner is useless. And that is why I say the schooling system we have currently, the Western style schooling system, is dead, because it does not teach. In fact, Robert Kiyosaki said it best. He said, if going to school made you rich, school teachers will be millionaires. And I always ask the question whenever I read out that quote to people. I always say, do you know any school teacher who is a millionaire? And if he made his millions, did he make it by being a teacher? Or did she make it by being a teacher? And the answer is often no. We have exceptions, but they are very, 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 very few. All right. And so the point to close this presentation with is this: do not argue against what is your reality. Society itself is telling you. Look at your house of assembly, look at the politics, look at everywhere you go. They say that you need a university degree to get a job in a 4,500 company, a multinational and all of that. But you only need a school cert result to aspire to be president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, where suddenly, in Nigeria at least, you suddenly become a multi-millionaire overnight. In fact, all you have to do is become a counselor in Nigeria. And what do you need to become a counselor? School certs. You don't need anything more than that. Yet, to get jobs where your brain is going to be hot around the clock, to work in the big banks, you need a university degree. You cannot go with a school cert result and get a job there. But to run the country, to run the economy, to supervise the people that run the economy, to be the man at the top, you only need a school cert. What does that tell you about what the society is saying? The society is contradicting itself. So it's a scam. But the thing is, we don't just throw away the baby with the bathwater. What we can do is we can overhaul it. And this is my message. I'm simply telling parents, forget about the government. Forget about the government schools. Let the government schools give you whatever they have. But you understand that you have to design a custom education for your child. Stop telling your child to go and get additional degrees. It's a stupid thing to do. Stop telling your child to go and add more and more. And stop telling your sisters and brothers too, when they have problems, tell them get an extra degree. That used to work in centuries ago. Okay, let me not say centuries, decades ago. It doesn't work anymore. This is the 21st century. This is the age where skills are what matter. And there must be skills that solve problems. You don't need to go and get an extra degree. Go and get this course. Go and do a short course. And let it be skills based. Let it be something that's oriented towards solving a real problem in life. Let that person go and acquire that. And before you know what's happening, there's no need to worry again. For life. Because skills will last you for a lifetime. Stop telling people to go back to university and to go back to school to get more degrees. It's a waste of time 99% of the time. Very, very few people, very, very few fields necessitate that kind of thing. Unfortunately, some people just don't want to listen. And here's a piece of advice. If you are listening to me and you are a woman, and you are a woman that's actually looking to get married, or you are a woman that's already married and you're thinking of how you can better yourself, don't let anybody convince you to start fighting your husband or your boyfriend that you want to go and get an extra, or even threatening your boyfriend that you're going to get an extra degree so that you can tell him that you're more valuable to him. Men do not give a damn. Believe me, real men who have their finances together, who have their act together, who are not looking to feed off you, who are not looking to get money from you, they do not care how much money you make, because the man, a real man, knows that he's to be a provider primarily. So he's looking at being able to give you the things you need while you are the one that maintains the home front for the most part. What stops you as a woman, from being a mother that's at home and running a home-based business? Nothing says you shouldn't go out, of course. Nothing says you should not go out. Of course, you can go out and come, but the point is in a way that complements your husband. And that doesn't mean that there should not be wives that go out all the time. But the thing is, understand that your role should be one that complements the man. You don't aim to go and acquire some qualification just to prove that you can get stand on the same pedestal as him. So to think that you need to go and get extra degrees to command the respect of a man who's going to want to marry you, you are making a big mistake. You are going to attract men who are most likely going to want to dominate you. Listen, you can be with a man and the man can encourage you to go and get additional qualifications. But in today's world, even if he says that, tell him to help you start a business. Tell him to help you get a qualification or a skill along the lines of what will enable you to become empowered to run your own business of your own. Whenever you go back to go and study, get extra degrees, or you are training yourself for to become a more specialized employee, you do not need that. Especially as a woman, because ultimately the woman always in their old age, they want to be cherished and cared for and nurtured. They want to be in a home. All these women who are single mothers are not happy. Do not let them deceive you. And let me tell you, brandishing a degree and saying that you have all the money in the world will not attract the right quality of a man to you. It's not about showing that you have money. The man does not care about your money. Kevin Samuel talks about this all the time. This is the mistake the modern women and the Western educated women are always making. They think they need to use their degree, push it in the face of the man and use it to tell him, do you know that I'm very valuable because I have a degree? No, I do not see your degree as making you more valuable. It is you and your character that determines how valuable you will be to me. And the minute you begin to push your degree in my face, that's going to be a negative. It's going to be a repelling factor. But I guess maybe not everybody understands this. I would encourage you to go to youtube.com, search for Kevin Samuels and watch his videos. Maybe you'll understand better. Stop thinking, women, I'm talking to you now, stop thinking that going to get extra degrees will make it easier for you to find a husband or to get a husband that will respect you. No. That's not what you need to do. The exact opposite is what you need. Leave the degrees alone. You can get them if you want, but don't push them. Don't use them as a bargaining chip. It won't work with a real man. The only people that can be influenced by that are the guys who don't really have their stuff together, don't have their act together. Any real man he won't care whether you have a degree or not. He will cherish you and value you as the woman of substance that you are. Make yourself a woman of substance. A university degree does not make you a woman of substance. That's why we have many women in history who did not go to university, but who today they are legends, even in death. And I think people need to understand that the women of today are misguided. This university degree madness is going to put many of them, it's even putting many of them in trouble. And all these things of I make money, it does not work that way. If you want a real man to develop interest in you and that interest to be sustained in your relationship, learn to do the things that will make the man cherish you. The first thing is giving peace of mind. I can't go on, I'll do another video on this, but I wanted to touch on that because I've been hearing some people talking about, oh, go and get another degree so that the guy will respect you. No. You do that, not only are you, first of all, when you even initiate that, you are creating more problems for yourself, because the women, you hit the wall faster. Women age faster than men. Your marketable period as a woman, when a man is willing to engage with you, the older you become, the less easy it becomes for you to get a man that's interested in dating you, talk less of marrying you. And so that's the problem. When you choose to go and delay your relationships because you want to acquire more degrees to prove that you are more valuable and want to tell the man that he should respect you, the men that are going to be interested in connecting with you are going to say, well, this one is out of the loop. I'm not interested in, so let me move on. By the time you are then ready, people will be telling you that you are too advanced in age. They'll be looking at whether or not you can, childbearing age and all that. Then it becomes a factor. You are aging out, and then you have all this qualification, and you have this attitude problem. You have a chip on your shoulder. You are thinking, do you not have a degree? Can you talk to me like that? And that's the problem. Nobody wants to put another man in the house. They want a woman in their home. And they want somebody that has the feminine quality, fit, feminine, and friendly. Kevin Samuel talks about this. Some of our black African women think it's not relevant to them. Believe me, it's as relevant to you as ever. But I hope you don't get misguided by some other people. Alright, I hope this is useful. Please remember what I said at the beginning. Please, education is not the same thing as schooling. What you need is education. We need real world relevant education, not academic schooling. There's a big difference. Thank you.
The school system here, I'm not sure about America, but it's outdated.
It's outdated globally.
It's outdated globally.
The internet made it outdated because information is a commodity, and the school system was built on memorization of information. Why do I have to do any math? I have a calculator on my iPhone that can give you any math.
Yeah.
I don't need to know anything. I can ask Siri and Alexa in 2 seconds, they'll give me the answer. Who cares about the periodic table when I can tell you what, it's so uncomfortably outdated globally because it's predicated on memorization of information in a world where we have information at our fingertip within a second for zero cost. The whole thing's dead.
How do we fix it?
It's parents' responsibility. It's the parents' responsibility to not buy into the self-esteem wrapped up in your child going to a top university. We don't need to boil the ocean. Parents need to make sure their kids are happy. If we all collectively actually gave a crap about the happiness of our children, it would fix itself. Unfortunately, we care more about the judgment of our contemporaries about what our children are accomplishing more than caring about our children. This is an issue of modern day parenting and insecurity and keeping up with the Joneses, not a school system problem.
Caring what other people think.
It is the devastation of our society.
Yeah, because so many people watching this will be like, no, you need a university degree. You need that to fall back on. What do you
Fall
say?
back on what?
Yeah.
Every company's not requiring a degree to get hired anyway. The greatest companies in the world, Amazon, Google, are no longer requiring a degree anyway. So what are you falling back on? Now, you know, that's like saying you need to keep a horse on hand in case the car doesn't work. It's ludicrous.
It is ludicrous.
It is ludicrous.
Yeah.
And it's completely predicated on the framework that the parent grew up with, and more importantly, the judgment that their parents are putting on them, or how they want to keep up with everybody else. Because the people that they eat dinner with at the country club on Sunday night, their daughter's going to the big university, and it's just ludicrous. It is sad. I'm a byproduct of parents that were strong enough to not care about what other people thought, which is why I'm happy. And I would like to use what the gift my parents gave to me as something that I communicate to the world, hopefully inspiring one parent to give that gift to their child.
Yeah, what do you say to that entrepreneur, that young entrepreneur at school, hating school, wanting to leave school, but has to stay at school? What do you say to them?
Enjoy the vacation, because you're going to work the rest of your life. 2, don't be a hypocrite. If you're such a tough guy or gal, stop taking mommy and daddy's money. If you're such an entrepreneur, go buy your own iPhone. Start practicing now. The quicker a child gets off a parent's payroll, the more likely they will be happy in life.
I think that video you just watched now, this short clip by the gentleman talking about the outdated schooling system, provides a fitting end to this presentation. But just in case you don't know who that man is, his name is Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think I got it right this time around. Just go to Wikipedia or in the internet itself and just type Gary Vaynerchuk, and you will just find lots of information about him. And he is a living example of what the right kind of education given to a child can result in, because his parents did not bother themselves loading him up with a college mentality like the guy in the video we watched, the video drama we watched. You know, he didn't have that attitude problem, so his parents were not trying to keep up with the Joneses, and that's what Gary was saying there to the interviewer. All right, so I think you may need to watch. I would recommend strongly that you watch this video again, and if you have kids, watch it with your kids so that you understand the journey your child is going to go on in life educationally. You can make it a much more profitable experience by way of the learning he or she will harvest, because it should be learning that is real world relevant, that will make him much more prepared and competent to succeed in the real world, not the one where he'll be carrying pieces of paper around like I did. And I had no clue that what I had done for 5 years was almost literally waste my time. Some people have tried to tell me the university education I got is why I have the way I have to do it. That's a big joke. I have done so much work on myself. I'll be talking about that in a different video. That is why you see we are all different. We're all different, even though we all went to the same schools, yet we're all functioning differently in the world. You know, it is the work we've done on ourselves that makes a difference. The foundation can be the same, but what we build on top of it is a function of our willingness to explore the full potential that the Creator has put in us. So parents, give that to your child. Creativity, that's how you explore your full potential. I hope you understand. If you need help making use of the ideas I've shared here, please use the contact details on the screen to reach out to me.